What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the QPR Master League series, and we're halfway through the January transfer window. Well, we're coming towards the end of it now, and we're going to see if there's any room to make some signings. We haven't got a lot of money, especially not in the wage budget. That being said, there's still room to have a couple of outgoings and maybe fund some people coming in. We need to kind of figure out what we need to do in that sense. We've also got two tricky games coming up. We've got Wolves, who are around about where we are in the table, and we've got Sheffield Wednesday, who have currently got the league's top scorer in their ranks. So we're going to have to be careful because Fletcher is not a joke, man, at all. So, but first off, we're going to have a look at where we are with the squad and what we're trying to do, because there's someone that I want to bring in, but I want to see what else happens before I go and make that decision. Right, and so this is the squad as it stands, and not like an amazing star-studded side. For anyone who knows the series, you knew what to expect when I came onto this anyway. But I do have a new player called Stuart who can slot in at fullback. He does bring the team spirit down a bit though. So I'm going to put him on the bench and just kind of generally introduce him to the team over time. But as it stands right now, this is my kind of starting 11. Poulter might have to come out because Bonatini is absolutely on bits at the moment. He's been kind of mixed. It's been a bit of a mixed bag recently, but in the last couple of games he's just been on fire, and his hard work is really turned into goals, and he's our club's top scorer, which I didn't realise. We've also got Labato, who's coming from the youth team and is absolutely incredible. Scored a brilliant solo goal. If you haven't watched the last episode, I suggest doing that. Quintero has been an absolute star since joining. St. Graven as well. So we've got a lot of good players in this team that can take us places. So I think at the moment what I want to do is just kind of consolidate the core of this team, the players that I want to take with me into next season, and use them. I might bring Stuart in for one of these games this episode and just see what he has to offer. We're not really lacking in the attacking side of things now. We've definitely got enough quality there, and it's just about consolidating that. I think I would like some more in midfield, and again, Stuart offers cover. A very, very solid defensive midfielder. Luongo can do a job as well. He's more of a creative player though. I think I'd like one more kind of solid central midfielder to kind of just give me a bit more security in that area of the pitch, and then I'm pretty much happy. However though, we do have this player Gordillo in the youth team. Now he's obviously not going anywhere for a while. He's 16 years old, but he's 70 rated, and I really am keen to bring him into the squad as soon as possible and start developing him and getting him used to the way we play. Tactically he's got his own styles already, and he could come in and fit into the team pretty well, to be honest, because he's quite tactically fluid in that sense. Got a pretty solid platform for growth there as well. And of course he's only 16, but he presents a lot of opportunities going forward. He's a very good technical player already at this age, and it's interesting. It's interesting to me, but his wages are going to be a hell of a lot. 507,000, which is a hell of a lot, especially considering we've only got 678k to spend in that department. So what I'm going to try and do over the course of this month is offload some of the dead weight that we don't need. And see if I can bring in him and a solid central midfielder. If I can't bring in another midfielder, I will bring in Gordillo. Either way, there's going to be at least one more signing coming in this month. Right, so we've got this player here, Perch, who is retiring at the end of the season. He doesn't play for us, and he's currently swallowing up $500,000 a year out of the salary budget. So I'm just going to release him because he offers nothing to the squad. I won't use him at all. And just there alone, that pays for Gordillo if I choose to bring him in. Let's try and get rid of some more of this dead weight. Who doesn't play? Hall. Is he really going to play? Probably not, but I'll see who else can get released. Who's costing a lot of money? Right then, up against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and it's not going to be an easy game by any stretch. On paper, we should win this, but we know that we've got a very, very inconsistent team. Who's up for this? Oh, Quintero is not feeling this at all. Neither is Sinkgraven. Okay, who can we replace these guys with? How are we going to go about this? This is going to be difficult. Right then, so this is probably the most sensible squad I can put out, just because so many players are on complete negative form. Sinkgraven is still going to play just because he's got that quality and he's not all the way down. But Walker Peters, Robinson and Quintero are all dropped for this game, unfortunately, just because I don't want to risk too much. I know they've got a lot of quality, but I can't risk them having a really bad day, all three of them against Wolves. So I've brought in Onua is back at centre-half, Tisserand is gone to right-back, and Stewart is coming for his debut at left-back. Lobato is playing where Quintero normally does, and I put Old Sheik out at right-wing forward. Right then, underway against Wolves, another team pushing for promotion via the playoffs. Hopefully we can assert ourselves properly here. Oh, ref! Okay, he's got away with that somehow without a card. Sinkgraven tracking back. Is it enough? Oh my god! What kind of defending is that? That's terrible from me. I'm literally giving it to their players. It was a good break from them. And we had it dealt with, and he's just decided to pass it straight back to their man. And if that's how he's going to react to him and bring him back into the team, he might find himself out of the squad for a while. Sinkgraven finds Bonatini. He finds Lobato, who's got the pace. Oh, he's hit the post. Come on. Lobato now. Finds Stewart. Keen to make an impact. Sinkgraven. Lobato. Old Sheik. Oh, tried to find Bonatini there. Sinkgraven now. Playing good football. Oh, Bonatini heads it over. Unfortunate there. Good football being played by QPR. If they keep playing like this, it won't be long before they're back level. Lobato. Puts it through to Bonatini. He turns his man. He's tackled by about 3 players at the same time there. Uh-oh, he's through again. Oh, it's 2-0. We're being absolutely battered on the break here. Absolutely battered. We're playing all the football, and Wolves on the break are just getting the goals. You can't fault that. It's a great finish and a great build-up too. Oh, Sandro has just been absolutely ruined there. Onua picks it up. We're really struggling here. This Wolves side have come out all guns blazing here, and they're definitely doing the job. Bilgo Poco. Old Sheik. Tried to find Bonatini, but the pass was poor. Sinkgraven. Bonatini. Oh, couldn't keep hold of the ball there. And this is where Wolves break. This is where they break. A good tackle from Bailly. Is it enough? Oh, they've hit the post. And the keeper's absolutely stranded there. That could have been 3-0 at half time. We are struggling here against Wolves. What is going on? Right then, I've taken off Old Sheik because he hasn't really done anything in that first half. And he broke down a lot of our own attacks just from poor passing. So I'm bringing on Poulsen. So we're going to go with 3 up top and see if we can do anything here. They've broken on us again. It's 3-0. And they're having absolute field day. Mason's actually being man-marked. You wouldn't believe it. Because no one's sticking with him at all. And it's just a shambles. Tisson floats it up. St. Graven tries to get there. Lobato does. Shoots! Yes, there's one back. Come on. The youngster Lobato, keen to make an impact in this team. And he has done since he's come into the squad. Good composure in the box there and a good finish. Tisson with a good challenge. He's actually been really solid this game, despite the scoreline. It's not really been his fault. He's been played out of position and he's done the job well. Poulsen finds Bonatini, who shoots first time. Yes, there's a second. Come on. We're back in this, boys. It's a good bit of composed play there by Tisserand in the midfield. Finds the right opening. Bonatini at the end of the move. Finishes first time. It's a great goal. Bonatini again. Finds St. Graven. He's been fouled there. We did have the advantage, but the referee's pulled out a card, so it's fair enough. Stewart up with the header. He's been very, very solid again. Stewart has. The 2 fullbacks have been decent when called into action. Biogo Poco finds Lobato. Good dribbling. Good dribbling from the youngster. And that's a free kick. Please don't tell me Lobato's injured. He's got a card. He should have had a card earlier for his first tackle. Lobato's hurt. It was a great bit of dribbling from him. And Lobato's actually injured. Hopefully not for too long, because he's definitely an important player in this side. I'm going to bring on Poulter there. I'm going to put Poulter through the middle. On comes Poulter for Lobato. Bonatini finds Poulter, who finds Poulsen. Poulsen with the strike! Oh, come on! Bonatini holds off his man well. Poulter. Poulsen. Cuts inside! Oh, come on! How is that not on target? We did everything right. Did everything right there. It's a great move. And just couldn't wrap his foot around the ball. Hononura, get up. Right. One last chance here. It's a poor pass. And we end up losing 3-2. And that's really annoying. And Wolves might leapfrog us now. We played really, really well, but just getting caught on the break 3 times and not learning our lesson has really, really cost us here. Right then, confirmation of that result there. 3-2 to Wolves. And where does that leave us now? Yep, we have dropped out of the playoff places. And that simply is not good enough. We need to get straight back in there as soon as possible. Oh, and that is the worst news possible. Lobato is injured until April. April, our most promising young player and someone who was really adding something to the attack. And now he's out pretty much for the rest of the season. That really, really is annoying. On the positive, I guess, Bonatini is now the league's top goal scorer, but that counts for nothing if this season falls away. Right then, since we're not going to have Lobato for a while, I'm going to bring in this Gordillo guy. He's not as quick as him, he's not as good as him, but he's a similar sort of player. And I might as well. Right then, we are now playing against Sheffield Wednesday, and we have to learn our lessons from the last match because Fletcher is not going to be easy to deal with up top. Very, very good forward. How are we going to approach this game now? Right then, so this is the team we're going with. Poulter, Bonatini and Poulsen up top, with Quintero just behind them because Sinkgraven both needs a rest and is on bad form. Stewart again is playing at left back. He had a very, very solid debut. He played well, won a lot of his duels. Hopefully the whole defence will have a better game this time. We've got Walker Peters back in there, back to Tisserand and Bailly again. So yeah, this is what we're going with, and hopefully we can get a better result this time. Right then, so a must-win game here at Loftus Road against Sheffield Wednesday. We cannot afford to drop any points here. This is a team that will look to punish, and if we drop points, we could really be putting our promotion hopes in serious jeopardy. Sandro finds Quintero, playing a slightly deeper role than he's used to, but I'm sure he'll have no problems. Bonatini finds Poulter, and what a great goal that is. The Sheffield Wednesday fans in the background, not too happy about that. But Poulter loving every moment. And he's a very, very good forward. Once he gets one-on-one with the keeper, there's usually only one outcome. So 1-0, it's a good start. Let's capitalise on this. Poulsen, Bonatini, Poulsen. Back to Bonatini, should score, does score. There we go. The man of the moment, Leo Bonatini. There's that signature celebration. And he is very, very happy with himself. Great interplay between him and Poulsen, and good goal. Tisserand up. Good header. Bonatini finds Poulter. He finds Poulsen. He tries to dink it forward again. And we go into the half at 2-0. A much better performance from the entire squad today. And it's definitely what we needed after that last performance. Second half underway now. Boy, he tried to get it forward there, but couldn't. Stewart has been absolutely brilliant since joining. Oh, and Bonatini is through. Tried to find Poulsen there. Bonatini finds Poulter, who finds Bonatini again. Out to Poulsen. Couldn't quite get the finish away. He was being marked too tightly. Bonatini now finds Walker Peters, who finds Poulsen. He's going to run with this, and he's been tackled. Poulsen not having the greatest of games today. He's got himself an assist, and he's causing problems, but other than that, his end product's been quite inconsistent, which is a shame because he's a very, very good player. But we do remember Bonatini having similar problems at the start of his time with us, and now he's the club's top scorer. So it can all change. Quintero. Paulson keeps it. And referee, how is that not a free kick there? Diogo Poco. I can't believe we didn't get a free kick there. We've come away with it. And they get a free kick for that. You book Paulson for that, but not the foul earlier. That's right. Yeah, absolutely we're arguing about that. There's nothing in that at all. Right, then I'm taking off Paulson. I'm bringing on Old Sheik. Just to change things up. Obviously, Paulson's got a yellow card. He's having a bit of a hit and miss day. So we'll bring on Bilal Old Sheik and give him a chance to impress. Old Sheik finds Walker Peters. Old Sheik now. And couldn't quite hold on to the ball there. Just lacks the general strength, really. Oh, it's a great save. And it could do nothing about the rebound there. And that's come from Old Sheik losing the ball in midfield. Just from a pure lack of strength. And I think there's a lot of work needed if Old Sheik's going to be a success. Both at this level and the next. He needs a lot of help physically. Technically, he's a very, very good player. But he can't keep losing the ball just from being completely lightweight. And this QPR side now playing very, very defensively. And they've got a corner there, Sheffield Wednesday. QPR really need to deal with this. Oh, they very, very nearly scored there. And pretty much a free header. Tisserand finds Sandro. Finds Diogo Poco. Out to Stewart. He gets the ball up the pitch. Poulter couldn't hold on to it there. But there we go. 2-1. In the end, it was backs to the wall stuff. But a win that we deserve, definitely. Alright, and confirmation of that result there. 2-1. And that puts us back into the playoff places, and we need to make sure we stay there this time. We were lucky that Wolves and Cardiff both dropped points there, but this season's shaping up to be very, very interesting. Aston Villa, of course, just running away with things, but the table right now makes for interesting reading because in terms of goals, we're right up there. We've only scored 4 less than Aston Villa. But where it becomes apparent is that we've conceded 24 goals. And in comparison to the rest of the table, that might not seem like a lot. But for the kind of aspirations that we're having, we want to get further up the table. We need to really start tightening up at the back. We've got good defenders. We don't need more personnel. We just need to put in better performances with them. This is interesting here. Look at his player rankings. Diogo Poco was definitely a good signing for us. He's got the highest dribbling percentage at the club, and his passing success is also up there, 88% pass success rate from midfield. He's 3rd on tackles over the last month, and just in general really putting in a lot of great performances and exactly what we'd want from a central midfielder. Right then, transfer deadline day, and it's already looking interesting. We've got Gordillo in the squad now from the UT. We've had some offers come in for some players that we don't necessarily want to sell, but it's interesting to see it anyway. And we've looked at bringing in another player, and there's been an update in that. So, and of course, good news, Sarah is back from injury. So, can't complain. Right then, so we're looking at this guy, Birama Toure. He's actually available on a free. Malian central midfielder. And he's decent. Obviously not very quick. He's very much just kind of get in there, win the ball sort of player. But decent all-round attributes other than the pace, of course. A good ball winner. You know, after a couple of months, those defensive stats are going to be into the 80s, which we cannot complain about. A good passer as well. So him and Diogo Poco, very much kind of like-for-like players. Obviously, Diogo Poco a lot quicker. But Birama Toure is going to be a very, very interesting player for us. Someone I want. I'm going to see if I can bring his wages down a little bit. But I'm very, very interested to have this guy. Okay then, so we've got an offer for Cousins, which is great because I want to sell him. We've got an update for Birama Toure, and an offer for Ngbakoto has come through as well. So this could be going really well if we manage to offload these players. Let's have a look. Firstly, obviously we're not letting these guys go, so I'm just going to end those negotiations. He's not going anywhere. Sigvarden's definitely not going anywhere. Bonatini, they've offered 6 million for him. Interesting, but no. Bakoto. Interesting. Right, so we're going to increase the transfer fee on that, but yeah, we can bring in some money here. That's great. Wow, Basel offered 8.2 million for Diogo Poco. Ngbakoto, 5.6 million. That's great. How much are we looking to get for Cousins? 1.8. Well, I'm going to sell both of them. Jarvis we've got an offer in for as well. That's not really worth running the time down for, so I'm just going to release him instead. So I'm just going to release him, get the wages, and done. And get rid of this guy. Accept terms. 2 hours, done. He's out the door. Okay, this is getting interesting now. He's gone to Santos, fair play to him. Right then, Cousins is going. And suddenly we're starting to build up a bit of a war chest again. We've only got 5 hours left to do all of this. So, negotiations. Let's bring in Birama Toure. That's what we want. We want him in there. Yes, absolutely. He's on the books. 3 hours left. Come on. Is there time to bring in someone big? We've got an offer for Sherry, but we're not going to have time to sell him and bring someone in. Let's have a look at these players that I've just got sitting there. See, now Guerrero is now affordable, as is Nacho. Guerrero does interest me because that would mean that I can play Stuart in midfield as well. Right, I'm actually going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to bring in Guerrero. 9.5 million and a salary of 955,000. I've got him for 3 years on that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because... yeah, he's a great player. And in the last hour now, there's nothing really left for me to do. I'm going to sell Sherry just to get it done. And he's a very, very good player. Good all-round player and someone that can take us up a notch. Now, the last player that we're going to sell is Sherry. How much are we getting for him? 2.4 million for a player that we really don't need. He's versatile, but not very good. And looks like he's going to be going to Holland to play with Den Haag. And finances are looking all right, considering now we've got everybody done and sold. I'm really happy with that. And what a transfer window that was. Right then, so here's the team of the month, and Bonatini and Poulter both in the team of the month up front there, and they've both been playing really well, and they deserve it. So fair play to them. Right then, so this is what the my ideal first 11 now looks like, and it's looking good. Guerrero, obviously a great addition there at left back. There's still going to be plenty of opportunity for Stewart to play just because he's so solid. Walker Peters obviously keeping his place in the squad, but this is now the set of players that are going to take me through to the end of the season, and I'm quite happy about it. Sandro currently the captain, but he could end up losing his place to Brahma Torre. Let's just compare the two, and obviously Sandro's got that leader team role, which is pretty much what's keeping him in the squad at the moment. But they're both central midfielders and defensive midfielders. They play that destroyer role. And when it comes to the stats, Sandro currently, it's a mixed bag. Sandro can't do as much necessarily going forward, but in terms of just pure defensive ability, he's got that right now. But he is on the decline, so it won't be long before Brahma Torre is the guy going forward. We've also got Gordillo, and again, we know a bit about him. He's a nippy, kind of tricky player from the youth team. Someone with a lot of promise, definitely. So I'll be looking forward to seeing how players like Gordillo, Lobato and Quintero develop going forward, and see what sort of players they come into. Those are the sort of players that really excite me. Good with both feet as well. No player skills yet, but that's something we can definitely work on, develop and mould him into the player we want him to be. Right then, so that is the end of this episode. Mixed results, but we've brought in some new faces who should really help us go on and really kick on towards the end of this season now. We've got a very, very strong group of players. And we really should be. I think we can actually look at building on some really strong results, and maybe we can push for automatic promotion again. We're definitely nothing below the playoffs will be good enough, but if we can get automatic promotion, which I think is currently attainable, then that would be great. And I think we've brought the right players in to do that. Guerrero is a fantastic signing for us, and I think he'll add a lot of defensive stability. Stewart also a very, very good signing since he's come in, and I'm keen to give him as many opportunities as possible as well. But we kind of went a bit crazy with that transfer deadline day, but we got some good players in as a result. So next episode, we've got games against Reading, Preston and Norwich. I think now going towards the end of the season, I'm going to skip less games maybe. So depending on how that goes, this season might progress a bit slower. I might do 2 episodes a month rather than just going through a whole month in one episode. But yeah, if you've got an opinion on that, let me know down below. Let me know whether or not you're happy for me to kind of skip the odd game. Whether or not you want me to play every game, and maybe not bring the highlights of every match, that sort of thing. Let me know what you want down below, and I'll take that on board, and I'll bring you the next episode as soon as I possibly can. But if you're looking forward to seeing how this season pans out, give this video a big thumbs up, support the series. You guys have been great. You've been showing a lot of love to these videos recently. And it's something different for me. Normally I do a lot of online gameplay, and that is coming back now that the servers seem to be a bit more stable. I've kind of just not been able to bring you that content just because it's been so jumpy. But my club content is going to be coming back soon, and there are a lot of big changes to that squad as well. So subscribe if you haven't done already. Plenty of content coming to the channel. And as always, thank you. You've been brilliant. This has been Shogun FC. Until next time, take care. Peace.